Hello, friends, and welcome to the 36th episode of the Intermission Show at SLO Rep. It is Flow B Friday, July 17th, 2020, and we have an absolutely soul-searching, always lurching, grumpiness besmirching show for you today. Like every single thing we do within these four walls at SLO Rep, this show would not be possible without the support of some extremely generous folks who have been tuning in for 2 or 3 times a week since we started this show back in April.
The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had.
It's time for our sponsor, Spotlight. Today's episode of The Intermission Show has been sponsored by everyone's favorite SLO Rep patrons, supporters, and volunteer extraordinaires, Tom and Linda Sturmer. We absolutely love these two scoundrels. Don't believe me? Here's a picture of us giving them an award in 2018 just for being them. Thank you so much, Tom and Linda, for making this episode possible. You have made everyone here at the Intermission Show giddier than Lin-Manuel Miranda listening to Weird Al Yankovic's polka version of Hamilton for the very first time.
I am the one thing in life I can control. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I am inimitable, I am an original. Stand up for the South, somebody has to stand up to his mouth. If there's a fire you're trying to douse, you can't put it out from inside the house. I'm in the cabinet, I am complicit in watching him grabbing at power and kissing it. Washington isn't gonna listen to disciplined dissidents, this is the difference, this kid is out.
Thank you so much, Linda and Tom, for everything you do for this theater and for making this episode possible. Our artist spotlight will take us 14.9 miles up the 101 to Templeton, California to check in with everyone's favorite performer, playwright, and if this picture is accurate, person most likely to really dig Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, David Norum. Today's Artist Spotlight has been generously sponsored by everyone's favorite SLO Rep patrons and supporters, Tim, Margot, and Laura Smith. Now, we don't have a current photo of these benefactors handy, so let's all just take a few seconds to really look at this picture of Andy Warhol and Muhammad Ali. What a backyard barbecue that must have been. LC Smith have donated all of the money they've saved by giving up donuts during the COVID-19 crisis. Thank you so much for your support of SLO Rep and for making this segment possible. And yes, sirree, Robert, you know what day it is. It is, in fact, Friday. Which means that Carrie DiMaggio is going to be magically beamed into the show to introduce some incredible young actors who submitted work for this week's ACT Spotlight assignment. I think I actually just hurt myself. This week's ACT Spotlight has been generously sponsored by everyone's favorite artists, community builders, and if this picture is accurate, couple most likely to enjoy an afternoon of wine tasting with an adorable harnessed pug, Amy Hart and Stephen Lloyd Moffat. Now, as everyone who saw Monday's show knows, Stephen and Amy have dedicated their sponsorship to the Jeff Salisbury Mental Health Fund. In honor of their dedication and hopefully to put their minds at ease, let's take a second to check in with Jeff to see how he's navigating this difficult time for our country. It's time for How Are Our Friends Doing?
So many old memories. Hey, remember me?
He's doing great.
Got that right, imaginary Billy Breed. Thank you so much to Stephen and Amy for your support of SLO Rep and for making this segment possible. All right, we have a jam-packed show for you today, but before we get started, I want to share some very good news that we received today at SLO Rep.
Is it the fact that San Luis Obispo County has officially been placed on the state COVID watch list, meaning that many businesses that have recently reopened will be forced to close their doors again?
No. No, Billy, that is not the good news. I am happy to report...
Is it that many areas of the country are experiencing spikes in positive COVID cases that make it seem like the crisis will extend well into 2021?
No, Billy! No! That is not the good news! The good news is that...
Is it that I finally finished Breaking Bad? What a television series!
Come on! Pipe down! Please, the good news is that we have learned that San Luis Obispo Repertory Theater has been awarded the Best of SLO Award from the New Times as Best Live Theater in the County for the 12th straight year! This award is a little bittersweet, of course, because we have not produced or presented live theater in this space since Always Patsy Cline closed in mid-March. However, all of us here needed this pick-me-up to put some wind in our sails and to keep working to make sure that when we are finally allowed to welcome all of our supporters back into the building, we will be stronger than ever. Thank you so much to everyone who voted, and we cannot wait to have the chance to prove you right as soon as we can. All right, campers, it's time to travel 14.9 miles up the 101 to Templeton, California, to check in with one of your favorite actors, musicians, and playwrights, America's treasure, Mr. David Norum. It is time for our Artist Spotlight, sponsored by Tim, Margot, and Laura Smith.
Are we on? I just got back from a trip to the Ho! That's boom. Shopping trip to the local apothecary and haberdashery. And now I'm back and ready to be on this great show. I am so honored to be invited by the inimitable Kevin Dale Harris to be on this, the 9,377th episode of the Intermission show. And some of you who are maybe new to SLO Rep world might not know me. You may remember this is my first show I ever did, first main stage show I ever did at SLO Rep, and it kind of goes a little bit like this. Where's the devil in Evelyn? What's it doing in Angela's eyes? Evelyn is heavenly, and Angela's got that devil's disguise. I know about the sin in Cynthia and the hell in Helen of Troy. Where is the devil in Evelyn? What's it doing in Angela's eyes? Oh boy, what's it doing in Angela's eyes? That, of course, was from The House of Blue Leaves about a decade ago, where I got a chance to co-star with the inimitable Susie Newman, directed by the inimitable Jill Turnbow. If you didn't see that, you missed something really special. Some other shows that I did way back in the past was The Enchanted April, where the inimitable Wendy Marie got to be my wife in that, and I got to show off my bum to like the whole audience all the time. Here, I mean, it's kind of not quite as in shape as it was back then. Here, I'll let you... Oh, no, sorry. A lot of ubus, a lot of no shames. Remember those back in the day? Yes, as a matter of fact, I was at the very first No Shame. I was at the very last No Shame. I was at almost every single No Shame in between. And I may still hold the record for the most F-bombs thrown in a 5-minute segment. So I'm home here in beautiful Templeton, California, the home of cowboys and roses. No, wait, it's wine and cowboys. I'm at home. I am trying to write a little bit because besides being an actor and a musician, I'm also a playwright. I actually got my start at No Shame. I've had a few dramas, a few comedies, a few shorts, a few longs produced here and there. And I really do like playwriting. And seriously, if I can be serious for a second, thank you guys at No Shame so much for encouraging me and allowing me and never having me arrested. Without you, none of this would have been possible. And I just want to say that theater will survive. Live theater will survive. I mean, it survived Spider-Man the musical. It survived Bruce Willis on Broadway. So it can survive this little flu thing that we have going on. And so keep listening. And if we get up to 18,774 shows, Kevin might have me back on again. Thank you to the inimitable Kevin Dale Harris. And I am David Norum. Ciao.
Thank you so much, David, for that excellent report. We miss you, and we know that we'll see you right back here at 888 Morrow Street in person very, very soon. All right, everybody, it's our favorite day of the whole stinking week. It is!
Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air. If you don't care, oh yeah, throw your neighborhood.
Which means it's time to welcome Education Director Carrie DiMaggio back to the program to introduce some inspiring young artists who have submitted work this week. It is time for our ACT Spotlight, sponsored by Amy Hart and Stephen Lloyd Moffitt.
Hello everyone, happy Friday. I am here to introduce this week's ACT Spotlight Challenge, which was a musical theater singing challenge. Now, I don't know about you, but this whole COVID thing has really got me thinking a lot about what's really important to me in my life. The things that I would call the bare necessities. I hope that this song, performed by some of our ACT All-Stars, can help remind you of the things that you love. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Addison Tejada. Hello everyone, it's London. And Logan.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and this is Bare Necessities from Jungle Book.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, that Mother Nature's recipes, that the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. And you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants and maybe try a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll 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 come to you. You. The bare necessities of life. Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much to all of the students who participated in this week's challenge. It's so wonderful to see your faces and to hear your voices. I will see you back here on Monday with a new challenge, and have a great weekend, everyone. Bye!
Thank you so much to Carrie and all of the artists who sent in videos this week. We love to see your work and can't wait to welcome you all back to SLO Rep in person very, very soon. That'll wrap up today's episode of the Intermission Show at SLO Rep. Thank you so much again to the incredible Tom and Linda Sturmer for making this show possible. You have impressed everyone here at the Intermission Show more than this aged gentleman experiencing a miracle when the beat drops.
Shut your trap.
Thank you so much to Stephen Lloyd Moffitt, Amy Hart, and Tom, Margot, and Laura Smith for making the other segments today possible. And as always, thank you to our medical personnel, essential workers, county and city officials, and everyone who is working around the clock to bring this crisis to an end as soon as possible. We cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Hug who you are allowed to hug. And we will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Wear your masks.